Hi, everybody. How's it going? I hope well. All right, so today we have a class. No, I always say that. I don't know. It's one of those things. Just repeat it. Today we have a class. I know. That's why you said this to me. But we do. It's a nice rainy day outside, as you can see. But let's see, thinking back, we've done a class on Marvel. We also did a class on the haunted Incan pyramids and things like that, or possibly haunted, which were two things that were requested. And then there was one other, which was talking about different animals in the jungle. So, let me see something real fast, because, yeah, I'm going to just be on pause for half a second. Okay, so, again, the class we're doing today is on animals of the Amazon jungle, which was also a requested class. So I want to make sure that I respect everyone's wishes and get right to it. Okay, so we're going to go over 12 fascinating animals of the Amazon jungle. So there are a lot more, but I kind of wanted to cut down the list on some of the most amazing. All right, so the Amazon jungle is one of the last unexplored places on Earth, and may it remain that way. And new species are discovered in it every day, so apparently it's becoming more and more discovered. Well, just humans need to start to learn to leave things alone. Not everything is ours. The jungle covers 40% of South America and spreads across 9 different countries. It holds an estimated 390 billion different trees and over 4,000 miles of rivers, which are home to thousands of species of plants, animals, fish, and insects. So we're doing animals. Although many species in the Amazon rainforest have not been identified yet, the creatures that we do know about are pretty incredible. So, let me adjust. So our first animal is the jaguar. And here is a picture of the jaguar. Fascinating creature. Yep, I'm pretty impressed with it myself. So, jaguars are the largest cat in the Americas. So, again, we always say we're American, but really we're from the U.S. because there's South America, there's Central America, there's, of course, North America, and then within North America, there's the United States because there's also Canada, which is right above us, and Mexico, which is right below us, which is starting to spread down to Central America. But in the Americas, which is big, I mean, if you think about the whole Western Hemisphere, that's all the Americas. And so it's the biggest cat in the Americas, and they can be longer than 7 feet and over 200 pounds. So that's pretty big. I don't really want to come into contact with that. They are often confused with a leopard, but you can see the difference in their spots because jaguars have dots in the middle of their spots, while leopards do not. That's how you identify. So some also have all black coats, and albino jaguars have white fur. Incredibly powerful jaws provide enough force that their canine teeth can pierce the skull of their prey or break open a sea turtle's shell. That is pretty tough. They are not picky carnivores and will eat almost any animal, which they can and have even been known to eat fish. So we've got a scary one there. Oh no. Our next animal is the capybara, which is a rodent. Interesting animal. Check it out. So that's a capybara. So it looks like a giant pet that your parents would be really mad if you brought home. So capybaras are rodents. like mice and rats, but they grow up to be 4 feet long and can weigh 140 pounds. So again, don't bring one home. Like any other rodent, their incisors grow continuously because they get worn down by all the plants they chew on. So their teeth are continually growing. So that's why anytime you get a little pet, you know, another rodent or something like that, you want to make sure they always have something to chew on. There's a scary story that I'll tell you if you ask about my brothers getting a little animal and they left it for a while. But I don't want to say it all over YouTube. But it was not good. Really ugly situation because they need something to chew on. As picky eaters, unlike the jaguar, they're actually picky eaters. They will only eat certain types of grasses and plants, which is why we need to leave the Amazon alone so that these plants continue to grow. They love water and live in large groups, which provides protection from jaguars, caimans, and anacondas, who they think are a very tasty meal. Of course they do, because they think everything is a tasty meal. All right, moving on to our next creature, we have the sloth. So sloths are known for moving slowly, and even their digestive system works sluggishly. So that's them. And they grasp trees with those claws. So they don't attack you. They're way too slow. They move very slowly. And if you ever see one of those Disney movies with them, you'll know what I'm talking about. It can take a month to digest their food, so that is a very slow digestive system. Every sloth carries its own micro ecosystem of algae, fungi, and hundreds of insects. Sloth moths eat the algae and live in their fur, along with beetles and mites. Recent research suggests that sloths may actually garden and eat their algae. Imagine growing your food in your own hair. I don't want to imagine that. I showered today, but now I feel like showering again. Thank you very much, video. And then next we have the giant armadillo. Another amazing creature. Right there. Being all giant and armadillo-y. But if you notice, look at that tough exterior. It's hard to get through. That's what makes them kind of awesome. But let's read about more about them. So giant armadillos can grow up to 5 feet long. Oh, I didn't know that. And have 14 to 17 bands of bony plates protecting their body, which is that shell. Despite their armor, they are excellent swimmers and can hold their breath for up to 6 minutes. Wow, so both on land, it's good. So jaguars, things like that. Stay away from and be protected. Also, though, if they're going to be swimming, also the caiman, which is, native to the Amazon, also good as they're swimming, the bite of the caiman. They are nocturnal and spend most of the day in a burrow sleeping and hiding from predators. Interestingly, their burrow entrances almost always open to the west. Although they have 80 to 100 teeth, more than any other terrestrial animal, they use all those teeth to eat bugs. Giant armadillos' favorite food is termites, and their claws are specially shaped to tear open termite mounds. So just, and then they slurp up those wonderful termites. Right, next up on our list, there's a lot of giant creatures, but the next one is the giant anteater. So what you want to check out on them is right here. See that? That is their proboscis, or nose. And it's very long. So I guess you can already tell by their giant proboscis, as well as, or nose, as well as their name, giant anteater, what their favorite food is. But giant anteaters are the size of a golden retriever. And with their long, bushy tails, they're usually over 7 feet long with the tail. So it's still impressive. They have no teeth, but spikes on their 2-meter long sticky tongue to help anteaters devour around 30,000 bugs a day. Although you wouldn't imagine it by looking at them, sloths, armadillos, and anteaters are the only members of the animal superorder Xanathra. As the name implies, anteaters feed on ants, but like the armadillo, they also consume many termites. But, again, they're anteaters, and their tongue it comes out, and it's a really long tongue, all the way through the giant proboscis in their mouth, and then through that comes a long tongue, where they just kind of use it like, kind of as not so much as a straw, but like a retractable device, where everything just kind of sticks to it. So it's like, I don't know, shooting something really sticky and barbed into something to get things, and then shooting it back into your mouth, and then sucking it all off your tongue, and then doing it again. Maybe like kind of like if you had a giant pixie stick and you just went, and then ate the sugar from it. That's what it would be. Sorry. I don't know how helpful this is actually being. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. And the next one is the golden lion tamarin. Now here's the thing. I don't know a lot about all of these animals. I mean, I do know some about the armadillos. I knew about that. Jaguars, I learned a lot about, but I kind of knew about them. But now the golden lion tamarin. Now let's take a look at this creature. So you can see why it's called golden lion. With all the kind of golden fur, it looks like it's got a mane, like lions have. But see, the eyes to me, and this is before I read about it, suggest to me that they see really well at night. But I could be wrong. Let's find out about the golden lion tamarin. So this beautiful monkey is a small species that lives in the Amazon jungle in Brazil. Although their abundance of fiery orange fur makes them look bigger, they weigh less than 2 pounds. It does look bigger than that. Unusual for a monkey, they usually give birth to twins and sometimes even triplets or quadruplets. Unlike humans, they have incisors, canines, and molars, so the same stuff we got, to help them eat many types of food, but their canine teeth are much longer than ours. Didn't say anything about if they're nocturnal. I gotta find out. Uno momento. Okay, well, unfortunately, I was wrong. They're diurnal, which means they are active during the daytime, not the nighttime. Way off, see? I don't know everything. But now I know, which is half the battle, G.I. Joe. But they diurnal, they usually huddle together at night and sleep together to kind of form a group so that they can kind of ward off, predators, things like that. But during the day, they kind of go out and forage and then come back together as a group at night. My bad. All right, our next buddy Opalo friend is the Jesus lizard. Now, this one I do know. Why do they call it the Jesus lizard? Well, let's see. Yes, okay, so the reason that it's called the Jesus lizard is because they can walk or run on water for 15 feet. So they just... Here's a picture of one running on the top of water. So the Jesus lizard, probably because it's light and its feet are just right, and it can move its legs incredibly fast, so it's just like... And it's light enough that it just generates the right kind of motion and kind of, I guess, with its body, can keep itself up. And they do it really fast. So, anyway. So they can walk on water, or run on water for over 15 feet. This is even more amazing when you realize balasts are not a small lizard. Adults are between 1.5 and 2.5 feet long. Don't worry about them sinking at the end of their run on water, though, because they swim well or can stay underwater for up to 20 minutes. Although comfortable in the water, ballasts spend most of their time in trees. As omnivores, they will eat flowers, fruit, insects, reptiles, birds, fish, shrimp, and the occasional frog. So maybe for Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a frog today. Okay, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but here we go. On to the next creature. All right, our next in the Amazon jungle is the macaw. Which, look at it, you just want to write a poem about it when you see it. I don't know if you can see all those colors with the lighting in here, but it is a beautiful, beautiful bird. Look it up if you would like, but they are gorgeous creatures. So there are 19 species of macaw, which are incredibly beautiful and come in many different colors. They are social birds that live in flocks of 10 to 30, and they also socialize with many different species of macaw and parrots. Blue, from the movies Rio and Rio 2, is a Spix macaw, Spix, which is believed to be extinct in the wild, but 60 to 80 still live in captivity. Although herbivores, macaws that live in the western Amazon basin eat clay nearly every day. Scientists are not sure why they do this. Maybe it's iron deficiency. But their powerful beaks are strong enough to crack nuts, and their tongues have a bone, so they can use it to tap into fruit. Their tongues have a bone. Wow. That's kind of crazy. All right, well, then on to the next one. So here's something I don't know anything about. I've heard of all the other ones, at least. But this is an arapaima, which looks like a Amazon river fish. Here's a picture. Head is interesting. It's flat. His body is quite wide. Scales look beautiful. So arapaimas are some of the largest freshwater fish in the world and can grow up to 10 feet long. The heaviest arapaima ever weighed was 440 pounds. Eat your heart out, jaguar. Outweighed you by 240 pounds. This fish has gills and a swim bladder, which is made of lung-like tissue so it can use oxygen from the air. Not only will it eat fish and crustaceans, but also small land animals along the shore. That is impressive. This one looks scary, even though it's just a look. Okay. Well, this one is called the Amazon River Dolphin. So, I think this is our last one. Yeah. But look at this thing. Thing's creepy. Dolphins are usually so cute. Like I'm a cute dolphin turned into a zombie dolphin with sharp, rigid teeth. I don't know. Creeps me out. I don't know. Maybe they're really cool. Let's read about it and find out. So the Amazon river dolphin is a toothed whale that only lives in fresh water. They turn a beautiful pink color, as we've seen, as they age. And adults are larger than a human. Their jaws hold 25 to 28 pairs of teeth, which are used to catch fish or crack open the shells of turtles and crabs. Many Amazon tribes wouldn't hunt them, thinking they were magical beings. Do you get magical from that? Maybe a little? Devilish? Maybe. I don't want that thing to have magic. Um, and then, so there was one more, and then they didn't show a picture. Okay, give me a second. Sorry, it's the last one, but we need a picture. So give me one moment, please. Last one, and it has a lot of information about them. The last one is a poison dart frog, which maybe the photographer was too afraid because they are poisonous. Look at them. So, see the brightness? all the brightness and the colors on the poison dart frog. What does that symbolize? That symbolizes you don't want to mess with me. You eat me, you're gonna die. Because look at this. This is just to warn you. It's like a warning signal. You know, kind of like traffic cones and why they're orange. It's like warning, stuff ahead. So, and people used to take like the tips, like they would catch the frog in some ways. They would take the tips of their arrows, sometimes darts, and just kind of rub it on the skin of the dart frog, and then shoot it out one of those things, and then you hit somebody with it. It stuns them for a while, and hence poison dart frog. So, but let's read more about it. Poison dart frogs are a family of many types of frogs that come in all different colors. Yeah, there's blue, green, all sorts, but this one seemed like a good example that I saw. They secrete toxins, although their skin and usually, through their skin, and usually the more brightly colored frogs secrete a more toxic poison. Frogs use their long, sticky tongue to capture food, but they do have teeth, usually only on their upper jaw, to help hold their prey in place until they can swallow it. A group of frogs is called an army, which is, well, a group of crows is called a murder of crows, which is kind of funny when you think about how small they are. So poison dart frogs are a family of many types. Oh, no, it just repeated the same thing. But anyway, poison dart frogs. Interesting thing, interesting animals. Thank you for the suggestion. And if you have any other suggestions for classes, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be doing them. The calendar's pretty filled up. You know, we've got holidays we got a break from the 23rd. The 23rd we have off, the 26th we have off. And then we also have the 30th off. So, yeah. So, but, you know, come up. I've got some other ideas for classes. So if you don't have any, I have 2 more ideas that I'll run with myself. But if there's anything you can think of, please let me know. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Bye, everyone.